And we're joined down by Senator Mazie Hirono. She joins us from Washington, D.C. this morning. Senator, thank you. And I want to begin with picking up on what you just heard from Senator Graham right there. He is saying that there's going to be an investigation of the Democrats and how you handle Dr. Christine Blasey Ford.
Again, they're not focusing on the credibility or these credible reports, and it's all about why did somebody wait so long and all of that. The crux of the matter is that these are serious allegations, and we have been calling for an FBI investigation for what seems like months. These are not normal times. Under normal times, in a situation like this, there will be an FBI report. We would have access to all of the documents that we should get with regard to this nominee, not just 10% of the documents. Under normal times, we would be able to ask questions of the relevant witnesses, such as Mark Judge. And, you know, under normal times, the senators would be asking their own questions rather than hiring a prosecutor as though this is some kind of a criminal case to go after the person who came forward bravely to tell us the truth of her experience.
Are you confident the Democrats didn't leak that letter? And how do you respond to Senator Graham's charge that it was inappropriate for the Democrats to refer Dr. Blasey Ford to a lawyer?
See, all of these things do not focus on what we should be focusing, which is the credibility of Judge Kavanaugh. That's what's before us right now. And all kinds of other studies or investigations that can occur. But right now, what we need to focus on is our ability as senators to do our advice and consent job to determine whether Judge Kavanaugh is credible, whether he was candid with us, whether his demeanor, by the way, in accusing Democrats of some kind of a conspiracy to do him in was so bizarre. And, by the way, even as all of these accusations about this being politically motivated are being tossed around, everyone acknowledges, including Judge Kavanaugh, that Dr. Ford is not being politically motivated. That is very clear. So that brings us to the crux of whether or not this FBI investigation is going to be thorough. I would think that that is what Senator Flake had in mind, that it would be a thorough investigation that would enable us to determine the character, credibility, and indeed, we saw in Judge Kavanaugh's behavior, questionable demeanor.
From what you've learned about the FBI investigation, will it be a credible investigation?
That's going to be the big outstanding question. And I would think that Jeff Flake and the other senators who are going for this investigation will call for. There's time, you know. The thing is that every Senate vote matters, and there's time to get to the bottom of it, even if it's 7 days. That's bad enough. But then to limit the FBI as to the scope and who they're going to question, that really, I wanted to use the word farce, but that's not the kind of investigation that all of us are expecting the FBI to conduct.
It does seem that they will not be, at least in current facts, will not be in interviewing Julie Swetnick. Do you believe that Julie Swetnick's testimony is credible?
She came forward. The thing is that, as with Dr. Ford, who has absolutely no reason to come forward, and in fact, that's why even Judge Kavanaugh said that she is not being politically motivated, that they all came forward with credible reports. They all said that they would be willing to talk to the FBI. The only person who didn't want to have an FBI investigation, frankly, was Judge Kavanaugh, and he hid behind the fact that he knew that neither the president nor the Republicans were going to call for an FBI investigation. As you saw in his testimony, time and again he was asked. He could have just, you know, gone. He could have helped us get over this whole issue of an FBI investigation. He wouldn't go there. But finally, we're going to get one. And the question is, are we going to get the kind of investigation that is thorough and fair?
Well, it is. It's happening right now. We know it's going to be going on this week. You heard Senator Graham there say that, you know, what you saw Judge Kavanaugh, you've raised questions about his temperament, but he was simply a man defending his honor, and people have a right to be angry when they're defending their honor. Well,
see, when he kept saying that I didn't do it, then why wouldn't he call for an FBI investigation? Why wouldn't he do that? And by the way, in 2016, he actually wrote a law review article in which he said a judge, first of all, must be nonpartisan. He came out at that hearing, which was shocking to me, that he would accuse Democrats of some kind of a vast conspiracy to do him in, and he even dragged in Hillary Clinton. I found that bizarre, but we hardly need somebody on the Supreme Court who has these conspiracy theory notions. I already have major concerns with Judge Kavanaugh in terms of his outcome-driven approach to cases. I know that he has a pattern of being against reproductive rights. He definitely has some really expansive views of the protections that should be afforded a sitting president from any kind of criminal or civil proceedings. I'm sure this president took note of that, and it's one of the major reasons, as far as I and others believe, that his name was put forward.
If Judge Kavanaugh becomes Justice Kavanaugh, do you think he will have to recuse himself from cases involving congressional Democrats or some of the liberal groups that he chastised?
Well, considering that he totally showed himself to be the political operative and the partisan operative that he has been, which, as I said, is one of the reasons that his earlier confirmation was held up for 3 years. The veil is revealed, and he revealed himself as a partisan. I would think that if I were a Democrat going before him, I'd ask him to recuse himself.
Senator Hirono, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.